Hey, good lovers, it's Katrina with the Good Love Project, and today is day 11 of my 30 days of medibation. So that's a 30-day practice of solo tantric sex, meditation plus masturbation, medibation. So I'm on my second week, and so this week I'm focusing on moving through the chakras, and I'm on the fourth chakra, which is the heart. So Anahata, the heart chakra, obviously it's located at the heart center, kind of self-explanatory. Um, it's if you don't know what chakras are, or you don't have a lot of information about them, you can go back to day 8, where I go more in depth into what the chakras are and what they symbolize and why they're important. So feel free to check out day 8 and then catch up on all the other chakra days, and including this one. So its color is green, or sometimes it's shown as being like green and pink. Its bija, or its seed sound, is yam, which I've always loved because I'm just like, yum, yum, the heart is so yummy. Its element is air, and it's actually connected to the sense of touch. So while it is represented by the heart and circulation, um, and some of the glands of the chest, like the thymus, it's also connected to skin and hands. Just as I noted in my first chakra video that the root chakra actually runs all the way down the legs into through the feet, the heart chakra is often thought of as reaching out through the arms and into the hands. So it's the center of serenity and balance. It's associated with healing. Hi, Mukhtar. Yes, if you're watching, please do say hello and feel free to drop questions. It's connected with healing, empathy. I find it really interesting that the Sanskrit name for the heart chakra, Anahata, actually translates to unstruck or unbeaten, which is a reference to the idea of creating sound or vibration by blending opposite forces rather than having them contrast and collide, rather than striking them together or against each other. So the heart is a place of synergy. And this is so true because it's also, as the fourth chakra, it's the center. It's where the upper and the lower chakras meet in the middle. So it's also considered kind of a place between earth and sky, between lower self and higher self, or between our more instinctual or animal drives and maybe our more spiritual or intellectual appetites and pulls. So the heart is a really awesome place. I actually love everything having to do with the heart chakra so much that I actually got you can see it there, I actually got the Sanskrit symbol for the heart chakra tattooed over my heart center. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. So for my meditation session tonight, I chose to do a practice from a book called Tantric Sex for Women by Krista Schultz, that's actually called Gladdening the Heart. And so I started by centering myself with some deep belly breathing and then moving into the microcosmic orbit technique, which if you watch, I think it's my second video, I talk about the microcosmic orbit. And also just allowing myself some kind of fluid movement on my meditation mat. So just, rolling my hips and undulating my body it's amazing how much you can feel and how much pleasure you can actually gain just by moving your body and really paying attention to the sensations as you move and as you breathe like deeply into yourself, especially breathing down deep into your belly and into your pelvis. So once I felt myself really connected and my microcosmic orbit was really flowing, then I began my self-love and my self-pleasure. And as I was working with the heart and with the love space, I decided to go very slowly at first. So I touched myself very, very slowly, you know, like not just diving straight in at my genitals, but instead like incorporating my whole body. And, kind of like how I talked about in one of my earlier videos, touching myself the way I would touch a lover. And so really creating that feeling of lovemaking and building some anticipation. So then when I was ready, I moved into the Gladdening the Heart technique, which Gladdening of the Heart, the idea is that you bring yourself to the edge of orgasm, and then you let your body relax. So you go like, build it up and then relax. So you're not tightening and locking down to hold it all in or hold it all back. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's just a different kind of exercise. But rather, instead, just kind of surrendering, but without going over the edge. So it's kind of a practice of mental and energetic flexibility in a way. And so you do this, you let your body relax, and then you breathe that erotic energy that you've built up into your upper chakras towards your heart. So I did this 4 times, from the root to the sacral, and then root to the solar plexus, and then the root to the heart. And then on the 4th time, allowing myself to then go over the precipice of orgasm and really feel my climax kind of blossom and burst, not just in my pelvis, not just behind my clitoris, although it was great behind my clitoris, but also bursting in my heart center. So that was super beautiful and awesome and juicy and delicious. I will put a link for that book, Tantric Sex for Women, in the comments or in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube, so you can check it out. There's some great exercises in there, some solo exercises, also exercises for partners, and especially if you're a woman that loves other women, like this book is for you. So I will make sure to have that resource for you. This actually is also kind of an example of edging, if you've heard of the term edging. Maybe I'll make that my next 60-second sex geek vocab. Which is a practice sometimes seen in the kink community, where you build up to the edge of orgasm and then you like hold yourself back and you do it over and over again. And this builds arousal very intensely and very intently over time by drawing out the anticipation and by just making you ache for it. And it can be really hot to do to yourself. It can be really hot to lead someone else through it. In the Gladdening of the Heart technique, it's a little less about the tease and denial and more focused on building a slow burn into a big fire that ignites and really kind of nourishes and heats your whole body and your whole being. So, but it's cool to see different techniques kind of cross over for different uses and in different realms, because it's all awesome. It's all sexy. It's all fun. It's all beautiful. And I'm so excited to have gotten to do my practice earlier. I mean, still at night, but, I'm not going to bed at midnight tonight. So, yay, because I am feeling so chill and relaxed. I'm ready to have a big glass of water I might go have one more orgasm after this. I might. And then go to sleep. So thank you so much for joining me, those of you that joined me. For those of you that have been joining in a lot, I really love that you're following me on this journey. And if you if you ever have questions, of course you can like post them in the comments. I love answering questions. I'm kind of a nerd that way. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit subscribe. And yeah, we'll do more tomorrow. I've got some cool events coming up next weekend with Monique Darling, so I'll probably get more into those tomorrow in my next video. Although I will say, if you want to learn how to have an orgasm through your heart, you're going to want to take at least one of her classes next weekend if you're in the Phoenix area. And I'll link the Facebook event to that in the comments. So until then, sweet dreams and keep on good loving. Bye.